Shut up and go! Shut up and go!
And it's 5 p.m. What is going on, prospectors? Dig Daddy out here in the shed. And it's time for a little BSing in the shed, because that's mostly what we do out in the shed, is a whole lot of BSing. And sluicing. Backyard sluicing. Something. I hope everybody had a awesome weekend. Couple holidays fell on Sunday, so that was a unique thing. I can only imagine what wound up finding its way into some of the eggs that were hidden around the house. Maybe some edibles and some gummies. Who knows? Make sure the kids don't get those ones. Unless they're rowdy, then that'll calm their asses down. God damn, fucking kids running around all the time. I'm just kidding. I don't have little kids anymore, or little kid anymore. I'm out of that stage, and I'm happy to not go back. But if you did have them and you went on the egg hunts, hopefully you found some discount eggs somewhere, maybe some used eggs, maybe you saved your eggs from last year. Whatever be the case, hopefully you had a great time with your families. If you didn't do egg hunts and maybe your kids are too big, maybe you got out to the river and you did a little digging, dug some holes. Hopefully you had a good time doing that. Myself, as you saw, it was rainy. My kid's an adult, so we don't hide eggs anymore. And stuff and things. So there you go. We just kind of hung out and kept it low profile. Panned a lot of pay dirt. You guys saw that video, the Gold Nugget Sales Weekender. Had a great time going through that. If you ever get the chance to pick one of those up, highly recommend doing so. I had a great time with it, so I really hope he brings those back. Those were a really cool opportunity, as it were, and I hope to see those come back someday. Because he puts together some good dirt. I like that he doesn't put a lot of big rocks per capita, as it were. Cannabis and glass has $3 grams of oil. Am I reading what you're saying right? And they have $3 grams of oil? That's got to be below cost. That's crazy cheap. That's scarily cheap. Hope you don't get butane poisoning. I mean, if it's good, then fuck, that's an amazing deal. Buy all of it. I'm sure they have a per person daily limit. Like you can only get 2 grams a day or something like that. Felix pay dirt? Yeah, I've tried some Felix. It was alright, I think. It wasn't terrible. It doesn't ring in my head as being one that was like, bing, all the way up. But it wasn't one that I have a sour memory of either. I think it was right about in the middle. It was decent, but it wasn't great. I wouldn't go so far as to say it sucked. Or maybe I can. I'll have to go back and watch my own video. But I know I've done a couple of videos on Felix Pay Dirt. Yeah. So go check those out, and then you'll see what my feelings on the pay dirt are. I do so many pay dirts that it's hard to remember which all ones that I've done. But I know, the ones that stick out in my head, like, oh, those bastards. Those ones I remember. And the ones that were like, holy shit. Those ones I remember. But I'd have to go back to tell you exactly how I felt about their dirt. But I don't think it's terrible. But as you can tell from the stream and the reactions, there's probably some other sellers that might get you a little bit closer to what you're looking for a better price. And that's okay. Gold Baron, if you can't stay for the full stream, no worries, man. I appreciate you dropping by. You know, you thought of stopping in to say hello, and that's awesome. So appreciate you. I hope you have a great evening, if you don't say later on your way out. The rest of you, it's good to see you all. Good to see everybody. Shows up. Come hang out with me on a Monday night. 421, woo! As you can tell, I definitely have caught up. Most definitely. And it's good times. But definitely had a good time going through that dirt. Really, really good stuff. I hope that he starts selling smaller amounts of gold, just raw gold, to add to pay dirt. Because that's something I'd like to do. You know, maybe get a weekender and throw 2 extra grams in it. I think that would make for an awesome day of panning. What's going on, Donna? It's good to see you. Glad to have you as always. Joe Brown, Iowa, Mindy, Pitbull, Larry, Bacchus. You know, Josh, that's how it is, man. It'll probably be a year or so of you going out, maybe shorter on it, depending on how frequently you go out. But you'll eventually, it'll click where your angle is. And your angle is going to change depending on your river flow, how much water you got in your space, etc., etc. So it's a variable thing. But eventually you'll get to a point where you're just like, I don't need to worry about the angle, I need to worry about the motion. I need to make sure the material is clearing the sluice, because that's all that really matters. Your angle is a number. Your angle is a number that doesn't matter. I mean, there's an ideal angle, but at the end of the day, your angle is determined by your water flow, and that's going to be different no matter where you're at. You know, if you're in a high flowing area and you really got to stake down your sluice so it doesn't float away, your angle might be a little bit more shallow because it doesn't need such a drop because the material is getting cleared out. You're in a slower running area and you got a wider space that you can't really V off. Maybe you're going to need a heavier angle. And with the Dream Mat, especially with the smaller sluice, you know, you're going to run into limitations of how high you can put the inlet and how high you can put the outlet. You only got about a 4-inch variance there at most, and that's if you can wiggle your feet around to accommodate that. Less if they're fixed. That's why I like having the removable legs, because I can kind of, each one can be facing a different direction to get the maximum purchase that I can get out of the area. But the main thing you're after is getting that bigger material out of your sluice. The shit that's not gold, you want to see that processing quickly and not getting hung up on your cells if you're using a Dream Mat, on your riffles if you're using a traditional. So you may need to give it more of an angle in those areas, you know, but it's going to vary. And once you start going back to the same spots over and over, you're going to kind of get an idea of how to set it up and spaces where you like to set it up. But it just takes practice, man. You know, maybe find a buddy to go out there with, you know, see what they're doing, take some ideas from them. You know, if they've gone out there more, maybe they got some better ideas of how and where to run. But yeah, man, you just get it. You just get it over time, and boom. Before you know it, you're running your dirt the right way, you're clearing out your sluice box, and you're keeping the gold. You know, if you're keeping those fine little pieces, your setup is good. You know, it's not like you're going to sprinkle gold in there to test that out or anything anyways, but you definitely, you know, and the Dream Mat is aggressive. You know, and if you're in a heavy river, you're going to probably want a combo mat that ends in a mini mat, so that you can catch those bigger pieces of gold and give it that insurance. If you're in a really sandy area, those micro mat, they're going to saturate really quick. And sometimes some of the finer gold will just slide over the top. But then you got the Cape D to catch it, and then you got the Mini to catch it. So, you know, you got a good setup there. Depending on what kind of gold you know that is in any given area, will let you know the best type of mat you should run. But the combo mat's a good catch-all. If you're not sure, take the combo mat. If there's big gold, you'll catch it. If there's little gold, you'll catch it. Yeah, the little combo mat is fine. If you're you know, running a small amount at a time, it's fine. If you're really starting to move shovels, you probably want to go up to a larger, longer mat. If you're dredging, the little 6-inch mat, it's not going to do you much good there. Thank you, Donna. I appreciate you. That's awesome of you. Thank you so much. Oh, the tub hangers. I didn't make them. So I had a little bit of an issue with my computer last week, and Windows did an update, and suddenly I couldn't log into my computer anymore. It kept rebooting. So I started shuffling drives around to try to get things going. Doing a bunch of other, I'm not going to go too deep into the weeds about, you know, all the teching that I did. But I didn't have the proper tools on hand to really make sure that I was putting the right drives in their places. And so what wound up happening is I copied over my original hard drive where all my Windows and all my data was. Some of that data was my 3D prints that I've made over the years, over the last couple of years. I did do a backup of some of the older prints, but that doesn't really do me any good for the stuff that I've made in the last year or so. And the only ones I ever backed up were the backyard prospecting specific ones, none of the prototype stuff. So I lost all of that. Every single one, everything, including the files for the tub. I may have them in the history on my printer, and if they're there, I can still print them. But I'll have to make sure to get some of the right material, because I can now only print those prints under the settings that I had sent to the printer before. So it's very, very specific. So I got to have the right material that I made those ones out of is all I can ever make them out of again, unless I go back and redesign them again. And I don't really feel like doing that because I already have my set. But I can definitely see about printing another set off of these, and we'll go from there. I have half a set, but that doesn't do you much good. Yeah, a prospecting buddy is really helpful, especially when you want to bring bigger gear. You know, you want to bring a big, heavy high banker, maybe if your state still allows you to. If you want to bring like a gas-powered motor, hoses, you know, and various other stuff that you might want to bring out there to really work some material. That stuff gets heavy, man. You know, when you got a dredge on your back, 20 feet of hose, it weighs you down, and you just don't want to hike it too far. So having a buddy to help carry some of that load, carry some of that stuff out to the spot, it makes a huge difference. Then you can really start hitting stuff, you know, teamwork in that shit. Well, holy shit. So one thing I wanted to do before we continue on is I want to go look at the price of gold today, because it's gone up yet again and again. And today we're looking at $3,417 and 78 cents per troy ounce. It's just crazy, you know? Less than, what, let's see, a week ago was about the 14th, right there. It was 32. It's gone up $200 a gram or an ounce just in the last week. In the last 2 weeks, we've seen a $400 rise in the price of gold. It is skyrocketing right now. Which means, you know, great for gold, shit for everything else because everybody's dumping into gold. But I mean, man, if you got it, hold on to it. If you don't, get it now because I don't see this stopping. Now, I'm not a financial type person in any kind of way, you know. I watch all my investments slowly fucking trickle away. So, don't take anything I say with any kind of salt or pepper or any kind of spice. But I'd say if I had a bunch of cash in my pocket, I'd want something golden. Now, what kind of golden? I don't know. Maybe ounce bars, breakable ounce bars that you can break down into little cards and shit. Some bullion. I don't like gold backs. I think gold backs are more of a decorative kind of toy. Not really a toy. That's kind of rude, but I don't know. Gold just doesn't gold backs, rather. There's become a huge premium on each individual gold back that's being charged at the point of initial purchase. So it causes the gold back to be that much more expensive, and that's not value, that's recreational value. That's not a commodity value. That's you know. I don't know if I'm making myself clear. I'm kind of stoned, so. But what I'm saying is it's Beanie Baby value. Because it's just people trying to make money off of selling you the product. You know, like if you buy a dollar bill, you pay $1 for it because it's worth $1. You don't pay the cost to manufacture it. You don't pay the cost of transportation. It's $1. It's worth $1. That's what it is. You pay $1 for $1. And anything that's going to be a tradable commodity should have that kind of stability. Yeah, goldbacks are only accepted in a few states, and you may have to only use that state's goldbacks in that state potentially. Maybe, I don't know, maybe that's not a thing. I've never tried to use my goldbacks as currency. I use them as decorations up on my... Fucker, zoom out. Up there. It's looking for me. The AI is looking for me, but it can't find my face. You see that shit? That's scary. But I use the goldbacks for decorations. They do become worth more, but blah, blah, blah. If everything crashed down, they're still hard to quantify or qualify their individual value. A gram of gold is a gram of gold. An ounce of gold is an ounce of gold. And you would only expect to get the spot value once if you try to trade your gold back in. So, what's a gold back? 1/1000th of an ounce. So it's literally worth about $3.40, but that gold back's going to cost you like $5 to purchase. So, to me, that makes it not... Yeah, it's a novelty item. Exactly. I like that novelty item has actual gold in it. I think that's really cool. but I don't see that as a proper way to stack gold, because you can get more gold, literal value, in with no question. Like, again, an ounce of gold is an ounce of gold. An ounce of gold back isn't an ounce of gold, because there's plastic and shit in there too. So yeah, they're absolutely really cool to look at, but if you're stacking and you're trying to put away the value, I just, there's better options like just straight up gold. Even placer. I mean, placer has more value to us prospectors and pay dirt prospectors than it does to, say, somebody who's going to go make gold chains out of that gold. You know, so again, after, if everything were to fall out, would more pure gold be more valuable? Would more raw gold be more valuable? Probably pure gold, but at the end of the day, who are you giving and selling gold to if everything collapses anyways? Because nobody will be having any money. So I don't know. I don't know what the answer is to the next chapter, as it were. Just try to have fun while we're here, doing what we can with what we got. But I like saving my nuggets. I save all the big nuggets. Any big nuggets that I get in pay dirt, that stays with me. What's going on, Bill? But I don't know. Maybe I got like half ounce of nuggets that I've pocketed over the years. That's my poke. That's my poke. That's Dig Daddy's stash. No, but this year I'm getting out, and I'm moving some dirt. I'm not messing around anymore. I'm making it happen. I want it. I'm gonna get it. God damn it. I want a big pan full of glittery gold. And that's all there is to it. My biggest nugget? Shit, I don't know, man. Like maybe around a gram. Something like that. Maybe gram and a half. I'd have to go weigh them all out. So no big chunky nuggets. You know, just like little nuggets. Pay dirt nuggets. But not eBay nuggets. Not like the little microscopic ones that they zoom way in on. You know, you put them on your thumb and it's like, oh, that's nice. Of course. Everybody has. You know, it happens. Absolutely happens. That's why I don't like panning out at the river. I'll pan at the river to see what's there. Then I'll mine it. I'll clear a hole. Bucket that dirt and then put that dirt down the sluice where I know it's going to have a much better chance of capturing any gold that's in that dirt. Better than my crappy quick mining or panning. So I only pan at the river just to check spots. It's just a matter of, you know, finding a spot. Not that I don't like panning, but I like to do the panning here at home. That way I can really get down on it. Make sure I'm not losing any of that gold. Yeah. Yep, that's the other thing. You lose your snuffers out at the river. All these little things that are at your final cleanup, and it's like, then you leave it there, and all your work was for nothing. That's why I like bringing it home as concentrate. I don't. Again, I'll do a final after that pan out, or not the pan out, but the clean out. I'll check it just to make sure I see the glittery. But then I'll put that stuff in a jar, Gatorade bottle. I usually will bring a Gatorade bottle to drink. And then, after I'm through with it, I got this funnel that has a screw top, works on the Powerade bottles too, that I screw on the top, and then I can dump my concentrates down into the Gatorade bottle, put the lid on it, and then put that in my backpack and carry just the concentrates out. But I 3D printed that too. And then I took the lid from the bottle and glued it in. I mean, if you can't bring any equipment out with you and all you have is a pan, by all means, pan it out. But, you know, then make sure you have your snuffer with you and you can just snuff up all the black sands and the gold and everything and then clean that up at home. Make sure you get a... Get a better hooking system so all your shit doesn't fall on you when you're trying to show people stuff. Get a little snuffer koozie, you know? One of these things, then you can clip it around your neck. And you got your snuffer right there. This one has a little snap. Boom. Do your cleanup. Clip it back. Boom, you're good. Backyardprospecting.com in the prospector shop. I might have a couple posted there still. Been a while since I made one. Yup. Never lose a snuffer again. Never lose a snuffer again. The thing that sucks about the whole 3D printing thing is Microsoft used to have this really easy program that you could download in Windows, and they took it away. It was the 3D Builder. So if your computer still has 3D Builder on it, don't get rid of it. Because if you get Windows again, you can't get it back. You have to go do some hacky stuff to get it back. Or, you know, learn how to use a real 3D modeler. And don't be a noob for the rest of your life, like me. Well, if you need somebody to clean up that dirt for you, send it this way. I'll help you out. Rough. It's rough. All right. All these sad stories of snuffers floating away are making me want to cry. We all need to stop. And instead, let's think happy thoughts. Let's head over to the sluice and run some dirt from Roaring Camp. 'Cause I really like their dirt. It's just really dirty. But dirt is dirt, and that's what it's meant to be. But we can always go and do a little sluicing. Maybe listen to some tunes. All right. You guys hear the music all right? Can you hear me okay? I always gotta ask, because I never can tell. Well, it's not that the BS is over or anything. I feel like sometimes I ramble, And I don't want to subject you guys to a whole hour of ramble. So I have like time points, you know? At 5:30, I like to get the sluice going, you know? Keep things going along. Plus, it's a good chance for me to catch up. Alright. Got presented to you by Backyard Prospecting some roaring camp, roaring pay dirt. Let's hit it. Now this dirt has been slightly cleaned of a lot of the silt and muck. Otherwise we would have milkshake in our tub. Oh no. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Ooh, you see that big piece in there? You probably can't see shit, huh? Let me get y'all up in there a little bit closer. Hopefully I don't get the camera wet, and we're all fucked. Gotta say, this is still one of my favorite songs that I've made. All the gold just wants to pile up in this cell right here. Oh, and right there. Oh, damn, this is gonna be a good scoop. Slow this down just a hair. No. I do an AI, and then I tweak. If it depends. It depends on the song. Sometimes I just go with what the AI comes up with because it does a really good job. Other times, if I like the majority of the lyrics, but some of it needs a little bit of tweaking, I'll take those lyrics and I'll edit them around, and then I'll rerun it through the generator a few times till I get a sound that I like to go with it. Sometimes it takes a long time to get a good sound. Like, you'll get a good sound, but you won't like the lyrics. It's like, shit. Now I gotta go rerun it 1,000 times. Oh, the one where the dog was out there at the river? Yeah. Something like that. And yeah, I ran into that real quick. Also, I like having the ownership of my songs. So, if you subscribe, you get a lot more rights to the music that you produce. And I figured since I'm using it commercially, I should probably do that. That way somebody else can't use it and then, like, squeeze me out of my own music. So then I was able to copyright them. Which works against me more than anybody else, because half the time if I ever use it in any of my videos, my musics, then I get a copyright strike and I gotta like argue with myself or the company that represents me. Like, hi, I'm the person who owns this music. They're like, oh, our bad. I found that it doesn't help to get snarky with them, then they just wait. Alright, almost there. Just one little cup of dirt out of about a 15-20 pound bag of material. I've been thinking about subscribing. You know, get the monthly dirt from them. It's just I really hate having to clean it. You know? That's why I really like that Weekender. Maybe that's what he should do, like a Weekender subscription. I'd get that. Alright, I don't know how well you guys can see all that, but let me kill the water. See a bunch of flakes in there. A couple more in there. One made its way down over here. Scoot you back. One piece down here. So I'm sure some made its way out of the sluice. I mean, you know, it's a small ass setup here, you know. Ah! Under attack. Away those black sands. See if the old Dig Daddy magnet can help us at all, and it does actually. That actually helped out a lot. Got all that shit out of the way. Alright. And there you go. About 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 nice big flakes. Biggish flakes. Couple little fly poops in there as well, but overall not too bad. Let's get this snuffered up. Bastard. Nope, got it. Oh, that's right. Thanks, Chris. Yeah, if you want your chance to win the sloppy seconds and the gold that we just found, make sure to leave a comment on that comment video. Because that's how you get entered. If you don't leave a comment on the comment video, I'll just assume you don't like gold. I won't hold it against you, but that just seems weird to me. You know, or if you feel like you don't deserve to win, you know what? You do deserve to win. You're a winner and you deserve gold too. So go ahead and throw your name in the comment video. That way you can get entered in my sloppy seconds. Woo! We'll make a little pay dirt. Make a little something. Make a hellish challenge bag if that's what you guys want tonight. And we'll figure that out right now while this cools down. Let's see. All right. Don't forget to hit like. That's right. That's right. Gold's up today. If you don't like gold, it's cool. Somebody else will be happy to win the pay dirt, I'm sure. Doesn't have to be you. But it's easy. It's easy pay dirt-ish. Easy-ish. You know, I mean, look at how small the bag is. It's not a huge amount of pay dirt, but it'll hit you in a profound way. It'll be a little bit of a challenge, you know. I like to give a little bit of a challenge, and if people ask for it, I like to give a lot of bit of a challenge. So, that's the question. That's the question we have. Oh, you got to clean them off at the end of the season, man. Throw a little bit of bleach on them. Well, maybe not bleach. It'll probably bleach out the stuff. Maybe dishwash them. Something. Now, as I was saying, should tonight be a challenge? Or should we just play it mellow? Maybe throw a little garnet in there to simple green, simple pay dirt. We always go challenge. So let's take it easy tonight. You know, it's Easter day after. Let Jesus rest. Poor bastards had it hard. Let's get some dirt. Pitbull says, full hell. Now we're gonna do mellow. We always go hard. Sometimes you gotta be gentle. Be gentle. Be a lover, not a fighter. I am gonna throw a little bit of garnet in there because shiny things rock. Let me get all this crap out of the way. Let's go to a different camera. What do you guys say? We'll go to the bench camera. Whoop. Wait, wrong camera. Where the fuck am I aimed? Here we are. What's that? All right. Let's go find some gold. And if you got any gold there, go ahead and light it up. Yeah, see, this is Felix's song. I don't know if you can still hear the music. Oh well. Even if you can't, fuck it. Let's find some gold. What do we got? Clink, clink, clink. 0.081. That's pretty good for a little cup. Just a little scoopy scoop of some dirt. Not bad at all. And that should be easy enough to find as well. Dip that in there. Huzzah! I should have wrote it down, but I think my memory will serve. 0.081, and it's 421 25. Dig Daddy. They really just look like X's because I was super sloppy on the D's. That's what she said. There we go. We got our pater. If you ain't first, you're last. Remember that. Sloppy seconds. Let's seal the deal. Hit it 3 times just to be sure. National Drug Test Day. Nah, man. Well, not here anymore. They don't even drug test for weed anymore. Unless you have like a specific job, like you're a driver or you have like your work does federal contracts or some shit. They don't even test. You know, unless you're like smoking meth. They don't like it when you're smoking meth. Doing cocaine, fentanyl. But weed, they don't give a shit because it's legal here. So do what you like. Roll it up, eat some gummies. Here, let me pause the music. Hit the random comment. Pickerator. It's not legal there, then you should move. You should move somewhere that it is legal. Here, you guys should take a look at the sluice. Oops. You guys like the modifications that I did to the sluice? It's so much smoother now. I rebuilt the feeder box, the water feeder box for the header. New tube, much more flexible so it's not so rigid. Lets the pump sit more naturally on the floor. And that doesn't put pressure up to make one side tilt up like the other one did. The other tube was so rigid it was always tweaking this side up. So now this can sit more level. Makes breaking it down a lot easier. And then I added this little piece here to clamp down and keep this flat to smooth out the water so that fine gold can't get past. Works out pretty well. Yeah, after... Here, let me switch back to me now. After a while, you know, I kind of tweaked it so I could work around those problems. And it worked okay. But then one day I decided to redo it. So I had to trim a little bit off of the top where the deck goes in, because I didn't feel like redesigning it to be smaller so I could use a larger fitting on it. And then I added the little wire as like a grizzly bar almost. But it's really just to hold the more clay heavy stuff a little bit longer, clean off some of that rock that might be holding on to some small material, and then I can just brush it down the way. What's going on, Michael? Good to see you. Yeah, right? Back in the day, you buy an ounce of weed or you could buy an ounce of gold. Shit. I definitely had that thought once upon a time. Like, oh yeah, they're the same price. If only I was smart, I would have gotten more. Or I would have gotten some then. Alright. Let's hop over. Let's give away some gold. Let's give away some pay dirt. What do you guys say? Move it on down the line. All right. We just got to do a little bit of math here. And as far as I remember, 9 plus 5, that should result in 14. Let's see if we got any new comments up here. No, it seems like only one comment. Here, let's redo the whole damn thing. That's the page. Yar. Remath again. 9 plus 4. That one's going to be 13. I always get nervous if I screw that up. Did I break it? All right. 33 comments. We got 39 peeps. You know what? It's still a little bit early, so I'll give another minute. Tell you what, we'll play one more song. That's what we'll do. Yeah, I'm just giving a minute here for the next peeps to do with their things. My next trip. Let me tell you what. My next trip, I don't know exactly, but I want it to happen. I only need to worry about me. I can go wherever the fuck I want. I'm gonna dig some holes. That's my plan. So I'm gonna need some help from wherever it winds up being. You know, the local peeps to show me some spots. Hopefully I can get somewhere where there's like a camp that I can go to for a couple days or a week. Chill there, dig some holes, dig some more holes, bring home a pocket full of gold. That's what I want. I want to bring home a bunch of gold. That's my goal. I'd love to get up to Skookum. The thing is, I would have to get a whole at least week. I should get my own claim, you're right. That's true. I would love to get my own claim. I missed a couple opportunities. Oh, I just did that on the camera, didn't I? God damn it. I missed a couple opportunities. There was a claim up in Buick that came up at one point, and it would have only been like $2,500, and I should have got it. I should have got that. Should have snatched it up. See, but you're in, where are you at? Are you in Washington, Baron? You're in Washington, aren't you? Should email me. Because that sounds like a potential thing. Is the entry in there decent, or is it a bit of a challenge to get in and out? Email me. Because I too live in the Washington state. That'd be something that actually is useful to me. For a minute, I thought you were in like California or like Arizona and shit, and it's like, that's great, man. Like, now I gotta fucking fly somewhere to to work my claim. That didn't just make everything more complicated. But otherwise, yeah, I need to go somewhere that somebody has a claim and they're just like, come on, Dig Daddy, come and hang out with me for a couple days. That's what I need. I don't need to go to a campground, you know. But then that gets weird because now I don't have a tent with me, so now we're sharing a tent with somebody I don't really know. Shit gets weird. It's like, it's cold, cuddle up. All right, y'all. If you didn't already get it took too long. We're gonna move this along. We're gonna give away some gold. We're gonna give away some pay dirt in that gold. 8 plus 8 is 16. Oops. Don't fuck it up, Dig Daddy. 16. Let's re-get comments. All right, 33 is the number, and that's what the number is gonna be. Let's spin the wheel and see who's gonna win. Boom. Hands off. So you know it's not fixed. Kevin Steer, 4469. Good luck, everyone. To hell with everyone. Kevin, it's your night. Congratulations. If you could just speak up here in the chat to remind me that you're here, we can seal the deal. There he is. All right. Hell yeah. Well, you know, I got your information. But in case your info's changed, update me, Dig Daddy at Backyard Prospecting. Update your Patreon too if your shit's changed, because if I've sent you anything, it's gone to wherever your address is there. But otherwise, congratulations. Oh, let me switch back to the me. The me. Got some dirt coming your way. So hell yeah. It's looking to be, well, hopefully nice this coming weekend. See, what's been screwing with me is every week, during the week now, it's nice. It's like, oh, look how beautiful it is. And then the weekend gets here and everything turns gray. It's like, what the hell? I was about to go out. I got my pack loaded up. My battery's charged. Don't tell anybody. My collapsible tub. I'm ready to go. But I need some good weather to go out in, but not too hot. Just right. And then I can go out to my spot, or one of the spots. I don't know. GS around? Where we going, GS? Drag me out. Hit me up. Not Pitbull. What you got? Where you at? Gold Baron? Where you at? Email me. There's a campground next to it. Nice. That makes it easy. Do they got RV hookup? Because I like campgrounds with RV hookup, because then I can just pop out my little table. I got an extension cord that has a power bar. I just plug that into the RV hookup. I'm good to go. That's all I use it for. And then I got lights on my little canopy. But I sleep in the element. I got a little bed, inflatable bed for in there. All good. Sweet. Well, yeah, hit me up, man. Send me some info. Maybe I'll just go camp up there for a weekend and hit you up. We'll go dig something. But all right, well that's all I got for you guys this tonight, anyways. I want to thank you all for hanging out. Congratulations again to Kevin, and hopefully you guys have a wonderful week. Hopefully the weather holds if it's where you're at and it's out nice. I hope you get out, get some good holes dug, and find some of that shiny, heavy pans to you. And until next time. Oh yeah, we are getting pretty close. All right, well, I'll figure something out. But yeah, until next time, this is Dig Daddy signing out from the shed. If I don't see you out at the rivers, I will catch you in the backyard. See you next weekend, pay dirt review or something. I don't know, maybe I'll get out there. And then again next Monday for another live show. Till then, peace.